I'm Sofia Bernardi, mindset and business coach supporting ambitious new and rising coaches plus service-based businesses to master their mindset, create an aligned and profitable strategy, and grow a six-figure business using the Rising Coach method. I built a multi-six-figure business by the age of 24, and in this podcast, I will teach you the psychology, strategy, and energetics to do the same. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. I am so excited to be back here, guys, chatting with you all. Honestly, podcasting is one of my favorite parts of my coaching business. I just love coming on here. Even though it's kind of weird, I feel like I'm talking to myself. I know because I get a lot of messages from a lot of you guys every single week saying how much you love it and how much you learn, and you know, what a safe space and a fun space it is for you. So it's my aim to continue to grow this platform and just create this little community. It makes me very, very happy. And if you're out for a walk right now, or out driving, or in bed, or at your office, or cleaning the house, whatever you're doing right now, I'm just so grateful that you have chosen to put me into your ears, if that makes sense, and listen to this episode today. It always means the world to me. So thank you so much. Or maybe you're even watching me on YouTube or from my blog. You know, I do post these episodes as many places as I possibly can, because I just want as many of you to listen, because I really do give my all here, and I share a lot here very transparently about how I'm feeling, what's coming up for me, what I teach my clients, my client results, and really, if you actually implemented everything that I share on the podcast, you'd be able to get very, very far on your own, to be honest. And that's really the aim, is that this is actionable and supportive for you. So it means a lot to hear that feedback. So that being said, if you have any feedback on the podcast, I would love to hear from you. Please come message me on Instagram. It only needs to be a few words of just your favorite thing about it, because that way I can actually continue to add more value, and I want to answer your questions and support you and make it worth your while. And I have so much fun here. So nothing is off the table. Even if you have personal questions or whatever, I'm happy to take a look at those questions. And if I feel like it would add value to a few of you, I'm more than happy to create episodes on it. So please come message me. If you even want to go the extra mile, reviewing the podcast means the world to me, so that it boosts up in the charts and more people can have the opportunity of finding this podcast. I'm really excited to be here today. I'm going to be chatting to you about what you can do instead of cold DMing to grow your coaching business. And this is a highly requested episode, and one that I'm really excited to create for you, because I would have loved to have seen a title like this when I first started my business, to be honest, because in full transparency, I didn't know that there was another way to grow your business. I learned from day one that DMing people is how you grow your business. And so that is absolutely, what I did, and what I did for a very long time. And in all honesty, I got a lot of results from it. However, as I've grown and evolved and put myself in, bigger, higher quality, more aligned coaching containers, I've learned that there are multiple ways to grow your business and multiple strategies, and some which feel more aligned than others. And of course, we're all different. So we're all going to have different things that we're aligned to. And it's my hopes and intentions in this episode to share with you some other alternatives of really sustainable and scalable ways of growing your business that may be more aligned than cold DMing. So just to kind of clarify what cold DMing actually is, it's really just when you private message someone on any social media platform, kind of without permission, or when they are really cold leads, like they either don't know you at all, like never heard of you, and you just jump into their inbox. I'm sure we can all raise our hand on having received multiple messages like that, of people just going straight to the pitch. In the first message, we don't know who they are. They're not even fucking following us. We're not following them. That is like a cold DM, when someone is just like, we're not warm towards them at all, because we just don't know who they are and we haven't gone out of our way to follow them at all, and they are pitching to us or reaching out to us. That's what cold DMing is. There's multiple forms of DMing, and there's certainly more aligned ways than others.
I've never cold DM someone where it's direct promotional, like not friends with them on social media or following them on social media and like pitching to them or even reaching out. What I have done and what I've learned from day one in my business was reaching out to people that, had engaged in my content in one way or another and built a relationship from there. So it's not entirely cold because they've interacted in some shape or form. However, they haven't exactly said through their liking the post or through commenting on the post, hey, reach out to me, or I want to connect further with you. They've simply just commented or complimented, something I've said or done, and then I've gone and reached out to them to deepen the relationship. And I think in some ways this can be, beneficial and genuine and all of those sorts of things. And that's certainly been my purest intentions when I've done those things in the past. However, I now know that there are much faster and more enjoyable, scalable, and aligned ways of growing a business that doesn't revolve around that, I suppose. And so, this episode is for you if you have cold DM'd, you've learned how to cold DM, or just in general, DMing people is like the strategy that you've been taught. Because yes, I was not taught to cold DM, but I was definitely taught to DM people as the core way to grow my business. And I just don't align with it anymore. I don't judge people that do that. There's nothing wrong with it, each to their own. If it works for you, amazing. And to be honest, it really worked with me. I'm really especially for my human design or personality, should I say, building relationships, nurturing relationships, and building community is huge for me. It's so important. And so for a long time, it did feel somewhat aligned, like building these genuine connections and relationships. But now I know that there are faster ways to do it, and there are other ways of building a community, building connections, building rapport, building relationships that don't evolve around, me having to reach out to people and follow up with people. It just doesn't feel aligned anymore. And I don't know if I've outgrown it or it's because I've learned new things, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm going to share with you 5 different ways that might be more aligned strategies that you can consider instead of DMing people, and these strategies all leave people coming to you as opposed to you going to them, and that's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and I reckon it's going to feel a lot better. So if you are interested in this episode, absolutely, let's dive in. And one thing I do just want to say though, before we dive into this episode actually, is if you are not yet in my Facebook community, please come join me, because I do daily live videos in there where I'm adding more value on topics like this, shorter form than the podcast, where you can learn from me. And it's always the first place, I share new offers or early bird pricing and things like that. So make sure you're in my Facebook community as well. The link is in the show notes for you to be able to access that group. And if you are wanting to grow your business and you don't have a coach, you're wanting to, learn how to grow your business to those consistent 10K months, regardless of your starting point, whether you've never had a coach or, you've never made any sales or started anything in your business, or if you've made a few $1,000s, and beyond, I have different coaching containers depending on where you're at to suit your needs. So if you would like to work with me or see if that would be the right fit, you can always book a 30-minute clarity call with me. The link is also in the show notes so that we can connect and we can see if we'd be aligned to work together, because I'm always looking to support more coaches such as yourself to rise, because my mission and my personal belief is that the more coaches that are succeeding, rising and thriving in business, the better the world is going to be, because it just means that there are more of us out there actually helping people, right? So I would love to connect with you. And with that being said, now let's get into the episode. So the strategy that I'm going to share with you first that could be more aligned to consider instead of cold DMing that leave clients coming to you is networking. So you can attend industry events and connect with other professionals in your field or wherever your target audience would show up. And this can help you to build relationships and potentially even clients. This can be done both online or in person. So you can find certain events or networking events or groups or communities, both free and or paid and in person or like live and virtual, that will leave you interacting with other people that would be your ideal clients. And I am in both paid communities online and I'm in communities in person that I love. And the purest intention for joining those communities is not always necessarily to get clients and sign clients. It's actually to be around people that I fucking love being around, and aligned, soul-driven people that, you know, I feel rapport with and connection with, and people that bring out the best in me and allow me to be myself. I think that's just in general a great environment to set yourself up in. But when you are in those communities and actually going out of your way to be in touch with other people, that is a beautiful way to grow your business, because you might hit it off with someone and, you know, you might need their service, they might need your service, or they might know someone that needs your service. You know, just building relationships is how you grow your business. And so networking in various different ways can support you to actually create that. I know that I've found people whose services I've purchased and people I've worked with who I've met from these events, and they did not necessarily seek me out or pitch me or poach me or any of those things, but just through building a relationship, there is trust, there is rapport, there is nurturing. And when I know what they do and I can see how I could get value out of that, I have paid to be a part of their programs or events or masterminds or whatever it is. And same goes, I've got lots of people that have paid for my intensives and workshops and my courses and programs because they've, you know, met me and we've built a relationship. In fact, some of my bestest friends now I've met from, you know, networking, and they've been a part of my top end, you know, programs. So networking is a great way to meet people or people to then be able to refer you. So if you're not yet at any, you know, in-person networking events or online, my recommendation is to find one or two so that you can get started on that journey of putting yourself in environments where your potential ideal clients would be hanging out. So that is number one. Number two is content marketing. So create valuable content, not just content to tick it off your fucking to-do list and then it's done, but actually creating content that showcases your expertise and attracts ideal clients, right? There is a strategy to this to actually attract new people and warm up your current audience through content marketing. This can include blog posts, videos, and social media posts, right? Like reels, TikToks, carousels, just still graphic posts, and make sure that these pieces of content add real, genuine value, speaking consistently to that same ideal client, and there are call to actions that prompt your audience into action. You know, it's really been shown that in the description or in the post of itself, you know, having those call to actions supports people to actually take action because they don't know what to do unless you tell them what to do from there if they have gotten value from your post or piece of content, right? So definitely being consistent with content marketing, especially if your business is an online service providing business, content is going to be a great way to give people a really good taste about what it could be like to work with you, what you specialize in, your energy, your authority. They can really build that no trust factor through your words, through your voice, through your energy, through your physiology, or in videos. You know, all of that builds that connection because people buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So make sure that you are consistent with your quality content marketing and really detaching yourself from creating content because you have to and because you need to do it every single day, but more so from this place of how can I add value to my target audience today that is really going to change their life, impact their life, prompt a different thought or energy or feeling within them that's going to inspire, empower, educate, or influence them to make certain new decisions to change their life, right? That is the power of content marketing when done correctly, and there is definitely a formula to success for content marketing that continues to evolve, right? Because so does the algorithm, so does social media platforms, and so forth. So really having someone that can support you on that journey with actually mastering content marketing, branding, communication, influence, all of that sort of stuff is really, really important.
Are you ready to create aligned, scalable results in your coaching or service-based business? If so, I'd love to work with you. I support my clients through my signature programs, Rise to Coach, which is for new coaches or service providers wanting to sign their first clients, and Rise to 6 to scale to consistent 10K months. DM me at Sofia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to learn more and see if one of my programs is the right fit for you.
Number 3 is referral marketing. So this is a strategy that you can use to encourage your current clients to refer their friends, network, or colleagues to you. This can be a really powerful and quote unquote effortless way to grow your business and attract new clients. Now, why might I say that it's a really effortless way? Well, because when done correctly, then people that already like, know, and trust you and have received value from you are actually finding people for you without you needing to do the work. That being said, you have done the work. They're only referring people to you because you've added value to them and you've supported them to transform their life in one way or another, right? And this is why referral marketing really just comes from you being a great coach, being great at what you do, and having actually put your clients first and being impact driven. And when you are kind and genuine and authentic and consistent and add real value, you are in authority of your niche, that is when you are going to do extremely, extremely well. So referral marketing, when done correctly, can be a really effortless way to grow your business. I know my kinesiologist barely does any advertising at all because people like me who have received so much value from her just continue to promote her. Like, I have about 4 or 5 of my friends that have signed up to her program purely from me talking about the benefits I have received from having sessions with her, right? And I do this with everything. If I fall in love with someone or something, I am telling everyone about it, whether it's a TV show or a program I'm in, or something like that. I just love referring people. Like, my partner, without going into too much detail, was very sick a few years ago with a few different serious viruses, and no one seemed to be able to help him until we did find someone that specializes in neuroimmunology and was able to completely transform his health and therefore his life, his emotional well-being, and everything in between. And I just see this neuroimmunologist now as a godsend, as a lifesaver, as someone that is so trustworthy and reliable and genuine and intelligent, and I just can't thank him enough because he really supported my beautiful boyfriend to transform his health. And I have referred so many people to him, and I wasn't even the one that received the transformation. I witnessed someone else, aka my partner, receive that transformation, and yet I have referred so many of my friends and felt so comfortable doing so because I've seen the transformation from that. So that is a way that you can create referral marketing by doing a great freaking job. And there is a strategy in place that you can do to let your clients know around how they can refer people, right? But if you do a really, really good job, you won't even need to ask them. Now, number 4 is collaborations. So you could partner with other businesses or people in your field or a similar field to reach a wider audience and attract new clients. So I have signed so many clients through doing collaborations, such as podcast guest interviews. I've been a guest on other people's podcasts, and their audience has then found me through their promotional, content or through the podcast episode itself. They've then come to me, connected with, my social media platforms, reached out, and then joined my program. So, collaborations in podcast interviews can be a way, or Instagram lives, or, running events and workshops and challenges together. There are just so many ways that you can collaborate in big and small ways, sharing one another's content, doing shout outs, so many things you can do to collaborate with other people or businesses to reach that wider audience. And then number 5, probably my favorite out of all of them, hence I've left it to last, is running challenges and events. So you could run a free or very low ticket challenge challenge or event in your Facebook group or via Zoom that attracts several ideal clients, where you sell your offer at the end. And this is the exact strategy that actually got me from 0 to 10K months, right? Was running these challenges and events in my group and via Zoom, right? And now my business is like mainly run off running these, events big and small, right? And I love them, right? Because there's so much variety you can create, whether it's free ones or paid ones. So it's always going to be worth your time. It's scalable, right? You're not dealing with one person at a time like you are with cold DMing, right? Instead, you have masses amounts of people coming to this one event. So you have to do one task, but you do it to many people at once. And then you just sell once at the end after having added so much value and doing what you love, which is coaching and teaching and actually helping people, right? You sell to them all at once and then they join all at once. So it's really, really scalable. It's also really simple because rather than, for 8 hours a day messaging people, that quite frankly don't want you to message them and getting very little return on it, feeling exhausted and having like very little response as well, you can run challenges and events that bring you joy, that light your soul on fire, that bring people together and actually impact people. It's a far better use of your time and energy, and this is why I do it every single month. So I alternate between running paid workshops and running challenges and running events, and I have so much fun doing it, and it's been the biggest support for me to really grow my income because I'm able to pour a lot of my energy into it because it's not something I have to do constantly in order to generate incredible results. So I've gotten up to 80K per month just from running challenges and events, like from these launches going really, really well. And there is a specific formula to follow to run these epic challenges and events. And this is something I'm super passionate about teaching because when you get it right, you get your time back, you get your energy back, you get your freedom, and you get to impact people, which is what so many coaches don't get an opportunity to do because they're simply not converting people into high-paying, high-quality dream clients, right? And I really don't want that for you. I really want you to be able to have an impact, lit up business that brings in that consistent high income, right? So that you can provide for yourself and your family and give back to society and help others and really be there for your clients in a deep and meaningful way. So if that's something you're wanting to do, if you want to stop the cold DMing, the exhausting strategies that don't align for you and quite frankly just aren't working at the level you want to, and instead you want to showcase your expertise, build relationships and attract ideal clients without relying on these unaligned, unsustainable strategies, then you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of these strategies to really grow and enhance the quality and the size of your business. If any of these 5 tips have resonated with you today, this is exactly the kind of thing that I teach my clients to utilize to grow their business. And so if this has aligned with you and you're ready to master it, learn more about it, see if it is for you, I'd love to have a conversation with you. So you can book a free 30-minute clarity call with me and we can have a chat, see if it's the right fit for you. Like I said, I've got different programs for every stage in business, whether you're just starting out, you've made some consistent income, or you're past those 10K months and wanting to really scale, I've got a program for you, and the price points all support the stage of business as much as possible. So I would love to support you with this. Book a free clarity call with me now before spaces fill up for the week, because that's usually what happens when I release these podcast episodes, and I would love to connect with you. Alternatively, if we're already in conversation somewhere, feel free to message me on Instagram or Facebook. I would love to connect, dive deeper and work with you, because the more coaches out there rising, the better this planet will be. I have loved this conversation today. I hope you have too. I've been really looking forward to creating an episode like this for a while, because I firsthand know what it feels like to do strategies that yes work, but like not consistently and don't feel that good, and quite frankly quite exhausting. And I really want to teach you another way, because when I learned that there was another way and mastered this process, that is when everything changed. Alrighty, legends, all my love, and I will speak to you in next week's episode. Bye.
Are you ready to create aligned, scalable results in your coaching or service-based business? If so, I'd love to work with you. I support my clients through my signature programs, Rise to Coach, which is for new coaches or service providers wanting to sign their first clients, and Rise to 6 to scale to consistent 10K months. DM me at Sofia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to learn more and see if one of my programs is the right fit for you.